Welcome to the Morning Five. Once again, a video podcast to keep it real and remind ourselves that this work is an intimate inner work conducted not just within ourselves, but in communion with one another. And I'm going to say a couple of things today because people have given me feedback over the Morning Five and asked questions both in person and online. The first is in regard to having a program of some kind. That is to say, one of my best friends who's very interested in this kind of inner work said that after many years of meditation, he still doesn't seem to connect to the type of sensation that we're trying to work with, and that there needs to be a method or a program of some kind to undertake this work, which is, by the way, what the whole book, The Cloud of Unknowing, is about. It is just such a program. And, of course, there's a podcast about that on Inner Christianity, which continues to move forward through the book chapter by chapter. However, there is a program and a method here at the Morning Five. The reason that there's a new podcast every single day is that the method is consistency. In order for me to come into contact with these finer energies that are the motivational force where the origin of my being arrives. Perhaps that's not the best way to say it, but it's the way it came out today. In order to search for the root of this energy, I have to be consistent. I have to show up every single day and remind myself with all of my parts in a general way about this activity and the need for it to be not just an occasional or a somewhat regular event, but a daily effort to lay the foundation for an organic sensation of being by gathering myself together in an intentional way where I explore the nature of my being. This is always done best when it's done first thing in the morning, by the way. The second question that came up was in regard to transubstantiation, a word that basically comes out of the Christian lexicon in regard to the transformation of substances in communion. That transformation is not just a symbolic transformation related to the death and resurrection of Christ. It is an actual action that takes place It is an actual action that takes place in us every single moment. Because even as you listen to this, the molecular activity in your body is transubstantiating both the physical and the energetic sense, let's see if I can say this correctly, both the physical and the energetic nature of your being. That is to say, in this moment, the energy of being is transforming itself in an eternal reconfiguration of its nature. In this sense, we are like the Tathagata, word the Buddha used to describe himself. We are both coming here and leaving here at the same time. And the takeaway from that realization, if you will, is that here is where we are. And here we are, engaged in a search for an organic and a molecular and a cosmological experience, a living experience of transformation, an intimate experience of transubstantiation. And the consistency of purpose here is what will help us to become more aware of that condition within us, the energy that moves within us every moment. Wow, a very long preamble indeed. So now we'll conduct the usual affairs of the Morning Five. And as usual, I have no idea what will emerge here, because every moment in every day, in every life, is an experiment to see